Hey everybody, welcome into Farm Cooking with Nan today. We are going to be making a Philly steak, but it's going to be made with hamburger meat. We're just making a Philly steak sandwich, okay, for supper. We're just fixing supper. So this is a really quick recipe that I'd read about, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to try that because it's so simple. It's something I've already got, and let's see what we can do here, okay? I've got my pan on heating really good. I'm going to put a little bit of extra virgin olive oil in there. Probably, I don't know, a couple tablespoons. Then I'm going to put in some lean, very lean hamburger meat. That's ours from our cows that we raise. Ow. Let's just pop this open a little bit. Spread our oil around a little bit. And we're going to brown this up a little bit. And then we're going to get started with our other things. Let's put a little bit of spices in there. I'm going to put a heaping teaspoon of garlic powder. And I'm going to put a heaping teaspoon of onion powder. Now, you might not have to add any oil in with yours because maybe your meat has some fat in it or whatever. Mine is really lean meat. Grass-fed, if you get a chance to get you some grass-fed meat and get as lean as you can afford, And if you can't afford a very lean one, then you can always, when you're finished, you just push that over, take you a couple of paper towels, wad them up, and put it down in there, and just soak up your grease. And you can get all that extra water and goodies that are cooked out of your meat. This is a very, very, very simple recipe because I just wanted something really quick that I could do. I'm going to scoop my meat over a little bit. It's almost done. By the time I finish this other stuff, it'll finish getting all the pink out of there. I've got 1.5 onions and 1 green bell pepper sliced. If you want to chop them, you can chop them. But I like mine sliced for this. We like a lot of onions and peppers in any Philly steak that we get. Most of the time, wherever you're at, they don't put a lot. Well, I guess that's extra money they have to put into it. But when you're doing it at home, it just, you can do it any way you want to. If you say, man, I don't like green bell peppers, well, if you like red ones, you like yellow ones, or whatever, use those. And if you don't like either one of those, leave them out. Let's let this cook for a few minutes, okay? I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons of butter down in there. Since my meat doesn't have a lot of fat or anything in there. Sorry, I know that might hurt somebody's ears. I'm sorry about that. Now, let's let that cook a little bit after we put some salt and some pepper I'm gonna put a little bit of salt and pepper on my meat too. Hope y'all have had a good day. It's been a busy day. Had a lot to do today. Lot of things to do today, running everywhere. It's been a running week. You ever have that going on at your house? Seems like that and here it is at the end of the year. It's time to get our tax things together, and that always just makes me happy as a pig in slop, you know. That's a joke. Okay, let's let that cook just a little bit. Tenderize our vegetables. Okay, let's stir this a little bit. I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to put it down on low and just stir everything together now. Look at my, oh, don't that look wonderful? See, I mean, I don't have to have, that onion is hot and hot to my fingers. Now, I'm going to turn this down on low, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do next. I'm going to take 1 8-ounce cream cheese, and this has been sitting in a glass of hot water. And I can tell you, look at this, how it's just like butter. You just set that whole little thing without opening it up down in a cup of hot water. You say, Nan, I forgot to put my cream cheese out to get it room temperature. That's all you have to do. Now, let's just stir this up a little bit. I have so many people ask me, Nan, where do you get your little silicone spoon thing? You can get it 2 places. You can get it on Amazon. Just go onto Amazon and type in farm cooking. Listen to me. Go to Amazon and type in short wooden handle silicone spatula. They're just about, unless they went up, they're just about $5 or $6, maybe $6 something or something like that. And or you can get them from Temu for about $4 to $6. Okay, now I've got my oven heating up. I'm going to turn this off and just let it sit there. I've got my oven heating up, and I'm going to take me some of my soft butter, and I'm going to put it on a couple of slices. This is a hoagie, and all they had at my little supermarket was one thing of hoagies, and it was made by Wonder Bread. So this is for Pop. It's not for me, okay? If you're eating Hero bread, you can even take like a hot dog bun. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. I'm going to put this in the oven real quick, okay? And let it brown. I just pulled it off to the side, off of that hot heat, and let it sit there till I get my hoagie ready. I'm taking some provolone that I've got here, and I'm going to slide it back onto the stove eye, okay, so that you know what I'm doing. And I'm just going to place some provolone right on top and let this just sort of melt. And I might just stick this into the oven, and I'm going to put a couple pieces on my hoagie that I put it. Oops, it's already done. Well, can you beat that? Hang on a minute. Scoot this over. Hang on a minute. Got everything every which way, and a cobbler sitting here. Uh-oh, hang on a minute. I'm glad y'all don't have to do videos, because then you would understand how hard it is sometimes to do the best you can. I'm going to put a couple of pieces of provolone on the bottom here And I'm just going to set it back into the oven just for a minute, okay? Just for a minute, and then I'll move it out. And I'm melting the ones that are on top of my Philly steak. I was just going to tell you, if you don't have provolone and you say, Nan, all I've got's mozzarella, we'll put you some mozzarella on there. And if you say, well, I don't have no mozzarella, I love aged Swiss. I like any cheese that's aged like that. I think it has such a good flavor. Hey, let me check this real quick. It just started to soften just a little bit and hang off the side. And my other is softening. Let me grab a plate and we'll get it ready. Okay, if you hear something in the background, I want to tell y'all something. I got me a Ninja air fryer for Christmas. And oh yeah, look how my cheese melted. I just put it in that oven after I turned it off and just let the warmth do that. Now looky here. Ouch! I forget it been in the oven. Now that's a real no-no for me, but I sure did. I know y'all don't do stuff like that, but looky there. Don't you think Pop's gonna like that? I'm going to take a bite. When I try it, I'm going to try a bite. I'm going to try a bite without the bread, okay? Because I can have the cheese, I can have that stringing cheese. Isn't that going to be good? Now looky there. Right now I've got Papa a few steak fries going in. I actually bought some frozen steak fries at the supermarket a while ago. I don't do that, so I asked the little gal when I was checking out. I know her, Julie. I was like, Julie, I got an air fryer for Christmas, and I said, and I'm gonna have to learn how to do it. And I said, I'll put those fries in there. What I'm gonna do? And she said, you just pull it out and shake it around. I said, you mean you don't turn them over? No, just pull them out and shake them around, put them back in there. So I put it on 375 and I put it on 20 minutes, but I can check it, you know. I'm just not used to this thing and don't really know how to do it. But I had to share that with you all. Look what a pretty sandwich. Let me get that up there so you can see. Hang on a minute. Let me turn my light a little bit so you can see. Isn't that going to be good? Just going to show you that. I'm going to get me some out in just a little bit of little bowl. Just to try it just a little bit. That's got sour cream on it. I don't want that. Not sour cream, but cream cheese. Let's get just a little bite. My cheese is a dripping there. Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for your blessings. And Lord, thank you for this food. We thank you so very much for your blessings today. Amen. Okay, I hope it don't burn me. It's hot. It's delicious. Y'all, you have to try this. Look how quick. Just slice your vegetables. And if you say, I don't like to slice my vegetables, then buy you some already cleaned and sliced at the supermarket. Throw your hamburger meat in there. Throw a little onion salt, garlic salt, salt and pepper. And then go ahead and fry it till it's almost done. And then throw your vegetables in there. Fry those. Then put your cheese on the top. Brown your bread. This is delicious. I'm going to peek. Well, looks like it's doing something. Listen, guys, excuse me. I just want to thank y'all for watching. I hope this is a quick meal for you that you can throw together in a few minutes. And, you know, just say, that was just 1 pound of hamburger. If you're feeding a big family, you could do 2 pounds. 2 green bell peppers and 2 onions if you like the onions and peppers. And if you're not really keen on that, then just use 1 onion and 1 bell pepper. So, and then whatever you have left over, you could freeze it if you want to till a later date. I'll tell you what that would be good to too, is to take some marinara sauce, pour it over the top of that. I know that sounds crazy, but I can taste that. I can see that happening. Well, I love you, young'uns, and I appreciate you watching me. I know you don't have to, and I appreciate you getting up in the morning and having time with me in the morning. Seems like there's not a whole lot of people watching in the last month. I don't know what's going on, if it's the algorithms or whatever's going on there, but I think it's just a little bit odd. But I thank you all for watching. Thank you for being a blessing to me, because you are a blessing to me. And just want y'all to know how much that I care for you and how much the good Lord loves you. Don't ever forget that, okay? And I'll try to get a picture with Pop's fries on his plate and for you all, and I will see you next time, if it's the Lord's will, okay? Maybe we can do another recipe. See y'all.